I thought if I stayed away from him, everything would go back to normal. I was wrong. That night, Anya couldn't sleep. Not because of noise, but because of silence. Every time she closed her eyes, she saw him, the way he looked at her, the way his voice dropped when he said her name, the way she didn't stop him. And the worst part? She didn't regret it as much as she should have. She turned in bed, frustrated, pulling the blanket tighter around herself. "Why am I thinking about this?" she whispered, because it didn't feel wrong. That was the problem. The next morning felt different, too. Normal, too quiet, as if nothing had happened. Until she walked into the kitchen and saw him. Zane was already there, leaning against the counter, coffee in hand, like yesterday never happened. But when their eyes met, everything came rushing back. One look, and the distance they tried to create disappeared. "Morning," he said casually, too casually. Anya nodded. "Morning." She moved past him, keeping her distance, or trying to. "You're avoiding me again," he said. Not accusing, just stating a fact. "I'm not," she replied quickly. "You are." She turned to face him this time. "Maybe I should." Silence. Zane set his coffee down. Slowly. Running away doesn't change anything. Her chest tightened. "It does," she said. "It stops things from getting worse." His jaw tightened slightly. "Worse?" he repeated. That word changed everything. "You think this is a mistake?" he asked, his voice quieter now. Anya hesitated. "Yes, but it didn't sound convincing." Zane stepped closer. Not fast, not aggressive, but intentional. "Then why didn't you stop me yesterday?" Her breath caught. "I tried." "No." He shook his head slightly. "You didn't." The air between them shifted. Again, familiar, dangerous. "I gave you a chance," he continued, softly. "I literally asked you to tell me to stop." Anya's heartbeat quickened. "And you didn't." Because deep down, she didn't want him to stop. "That doesn't mean anything," she said quickly. "It means everything," he replied. Silence fell again. But this time, it was heavier, more real. Zane stepped even closer now, close enough that she could feel his breath, close enough that stepping back would be obvious. "Say it," he said quietly. Her brows furrowed. "Say what?" "That you felt nothing." Her lips parted, but no words came. "Out." "Exactly," he whispered. Something shifted inside her, something she had been holding. "This isn't fair," she said, her voice shaking. "What isn't?" "You're making it sound so simple." "It is simple." "No, it's not," she snapped. Because this wasn't just about them. It was about everything they could lose. "This is Sana's house," she continued. "She's my best friend." "You're her brother." "And?" he challenged softly. "And it changes everything." Zane's expression softened slightly. "But it doesn't change how I feel." That hit harder than anything else. Anya looked away because, if she looked at him, she might lose the last bit of control she had. "You don't mean that," she whispered. "I do. I've tried to ignore it," he continued. "I've told myself it's stupid, that it'll pass." He let out a quiet breath. But it didn't. Anya's chest tightened. "Zane." "I like you," he said. Simple, direct, undeniable. And once those words were said, there was no going back. Silence filled the room again, but this time it wasn't uncertain, it was final. "You shouldn't," she said softly. "I know." "Then why say it?" "Because you deserve to know." Her heart felt like it was racing out of control now. "And you?" he asked quietly. Her breath hitched. "What about me?" He held her gaze. "Do you feel anything?" Time slowed, everything around them faded. This was the moment, the one she had been avoiding, the one she couldn't run from anymore. Anya closed her eyes for a second, then opened. "Them." "Yes," she whispered. The word hung in the air, heavy, powerful, irreversible. Zane didn't move immediately, but something in his expression changed. Relief, mixed with something deeper. He stepped closer. This time, she didn't step back. Slowly, carefully, his hand reached for hers, and she let him. This was the moment everything changed, and nothing ever would be the same again. Their fingers, intertwined, simple, but it meant everything. "This doesn't make it easy," she said softly. No. We could lose everything." "I know." Silence. Then, "But we'll regret it more if we don't." Anya looked at him. Really, looked at him. And for the first time, she wasn't afraid. He lifted his hand slightly, brushing his thumb gently against hers, a small gesture, but it carried everything they couldn't say out loud. "Are you sure?" he asked quietly. She hesitated, just for a second, then nodded, and that was enough. He leaned in slightly, not rushing, not forcing, giving her time. And this time, she didn't stop him. Some stories don't begin with a choice. They begin with a feeling you can't ignore.